Back at it again, Haiti Biz News Show, Monday to Friday, bringing you news that's going to keep you engaged, informed, and reacting in the most optimal way for your business, investment, entrepreneurial activity. Today is the 25th of April. Let's talk about it. Lafito, Port Lafito is in the news, making big news, big headlines throughout the country because it's caught in a scandal, a very big scandal right now. And I don't necessarily do scandals. We need to talk about this because of the importance of this port and the general issues, right, that is being affected by this recent news story. So we have a very big set of arrests, a very big investigation that found that there's been falsification of documents at Lafito Port. Now, let's talk about Lafito Port for a second. Lafito Port is a port back in 2015 opened up as the Pan-Ex port for the country. What is a Pan-Ex port? It's a port that can handle very large ships, massive ships that are now able to flow between through the Panama Canal. It's massively deep. It was a $150 million project by GB Group, the French government, Haitian government, and some private investors. The GB Group is owned by the richest man in Haiti, Gilbert Bijot. The entire project was $150 million, and it was supposed to provide thousands and thousands of jobs. And it's been being opened and grown upon in different stages. On top of that, it's part of a industrial park. An industrial park, as you may know, is sort of free zone where it's supposed to be easier to do business, set up shop for companies, medium and large. And the advantage here is that for any enterprise that had set up shop there is that, again, you have a port right there. And so you're able to either receive your products right away or ship them out in the same breath with very minimal back and forth, right? So even though it's a privately owned port, it still has to follow the regulations of the Haitian government and customs. But that wasn't happening, right? We had at least 16 containers that were falsified. Employees, grabbed some of the custom forms and filled them out, and then out of those 16, at least three were actually released. Now, no one knows where is released to, who actually received them, and definitely don't know where they're at now. They're long gone, and who knows what was in them, right? Who knows what was in them? Best case scenario, they're contraband, like legal contraband, but most likely they weren't, right? Especially, right now we're seeing a flare up in some gun violence in some parts of the country. And the first question is always, man, where are the guns coming from? How are they coming in? Through activities and actions like that, right? Where you have falsification of customs and you don't know what's coming in. They're not being reviewed. They're not being analyzed by proper officials and being released willy-nilly. Now, there's been arrests made. 2 employees and a manager have been arrested. And again, keep in mind, this isn't the first time. We've had a major scandal with customs. Remember, in 2016, we had St. Mark, a massive container of guns and ammunition was found, and arrests were made. Some pretty big arrests. I mean, I'm talking about the former director of the Haitian National Police was arrested, right? And so we're talking, actions and activity coming straight from the top, which, as you can expect, is how it would work when you have something like this trying to happen, right? And so, from an analysis perspective, it's important that the Haitian government continues to very aggressively tackle these sort of issues. Ever since the fall of the Duvalier and up until today, one of the things that's been hurting national industry and national production has been, in the best case scenario, right, when you have these goods that are coming into the country without, their proper taxation, right, i.e. they're coming at a price that is much cheaper than whatever is being produced nationally. That's one, which is a problem. 2, you have a lot of illegal goods that the Haitian government has said, no, we're not going to import these. We're actually going to try to actually make these or depend on the local economy to produce. And we're unable to do that because, again, you have them coming through the border unchecked in who knows how much quantity. Third, you have a quality control issue, right? You have issues of you don't know what exactly are in these products. Are they, especially if they're for consumption, what they are. In terms of, like, for example, alcohol is a big item that likes to be smuggled in, right? And those are everything. This is the best case scenario, right? We don't know if these items potentially are guns. We don't know if they're drugs, right? And so the Haitian government needs to continue with that, not only from a overall safety and security standpoint, but just for a national production perspective. Now, I think for those who may not have known of what Lafito Port is and Lafito Port, the industrial park, I really would like you guys to investigate that facility, even though right now it's closed while it's under investigation, but it's going to be reopened. And the sort of synergy that exists there for anything that you may be looking to do, particularly on large scale, it's really hard to beat. And so for those who may not be aware, definitely look into it. The synergies of being able to ship your stuff out and ship your stuff in like that is, again, you can't pass up an opportunity like that. I think that wraps up what we want to talk about today. If you are interested in more videos like this, hit a subscription, right? Like it. What are your thoughts about this recent scandal and controversy? You already know. Leave a comment. I'm going to respond. I'm a responder, good or bad. I'm not afraid to get into the weeds and get into it with different ideas and perspectives, or just inform, right? And of course, share it with a friend. Hit that little notification button, and we'll be back because we're doing this every day, Monday to Friday, until we're back at it again.